As I told them, I'm extremely proud of them, again, of their resolve and resiliency of going through it. There's a lot of negativity hanging around about what was wrong with this program and what should be done and things like that. We've talked about how close we were for a long time, and they owned it. They kept working. They stuck together, and you can see the results of that. And I think it is something that's truly special. And, for us to play as well as we did today is another sign of that. And, now we have a chance to still reach a pretty special goal, but we have to go on the road and play another good football team.
You talked a lot about developing this program physically along the line of scrimmage. Just how you
Yeah, we talked about it this week, that for us to have a chance to win this game, we'd have to win at the line of scrimmage, and I thought we did today. Both sides of the ball. We talked about being able to control the clock and being able to run it. I thought for us to rush for over 300. I think we had the ball for 40 minutes today, never punted. It was truly a start-to-finish performance. Take our hat off to those guys, on offense, the coaches that put the plan together, the execution by our players, and it truly was a special day.
Another big game for Devin Neal as well.
Yeah.
Is there much more you can say?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I think we've tried to say it all already, but for him to put together a game like this when we needed it, some of the runs after contact, big clutch plays as we're going through it were huge. He's truly a special back, and fittingly so, I think, for him to play his last home game, no matter where we're playing at the moment, for him to have that type of game really puts an exclamation point mark on his performance and career here.
Lance, put this in perspective. Are you the best team in the Big 12 right now? You're at least the Hawks.
I'll let you write about that, Dennis. You guys can decide that. Right now, I don't know that. I don't know how everyone else is playing. I've known we've, as we said, we walked off the field dejected quite a few times, and after from the Houston game on, when we talked about after Arizona State about playing well the second half of the season, make the second half of the season a season of its own. I think we've done that. Unfortunately, the game in Manhattan didn't go our way. We were very close. We were playing good football then, and I think we've continued to build upon that. And I don't know if we are, but we're playing pretty solid football.
What does that say about the competitiveness of this league?
It says a lot, and I know a lot of people are trying to, politic and stuff about everything else that's going on in college football and trying to who's in and who's not. But the overall balance of this conference is going to be there for a long time. It's going to be special. It can be about who's playing well at certain times, who's healthy at certain times, the matchups, the travel. There's going to be so many factors that go into this in today's new world of college football and amount of teams in a conference. And I don't know how those, the people that have all those tiebreakers written out, there's probably going to be 14 more pages added to those rules. But I'm sure it's going to get congested on some things. But what we want to do right now is worry about what we can control, and that's trying to find a way to win a sixth game.
Lance, I know it's obviously been about more than just one guy, but real quick back to Devin. At one point in the early second half, he did the feed me gesture. And I just wonder what that means to have a guy that says, put this on me, put it all on my
Yeah, we talked about it, that it'd be a big day for him, and I think that's why Jonathan Wallace, as our running backs coach, was rotating Savion as early as he did. I thought Savion gave us some really nice runs as well. For him, because we knew it could come down to a heavy day of carries for Devin, and have 37 of them says a lot. But I think there's certain times where you get in a rhythm, you can feel it, you're seeing things pretty well, you have an idea what's going on. I thought Jeff Grimes did an outstanding job mixing things up when we needed to, and it was a special day for a special guy.
Lance, you referred earlier to resiliency and resolve. Is there a point where that's a challenge to keep that going when you're not getting the results? And one way or another, how did you keep them?
Well, again, it was tough. It's tough walking into, whether it be a staff room or a team meeting room, when you know you're close and you're not. But again, the things that we've always talked about, the difference of winning and losing is always very close in every game. usually in that 3 to 5 play range we talk about, and we could point to those in every game that we didn't win, that some plays that if we would have made it, it could have definitely been different. And like I said earlier, is that this group did a great job of owning that and saying, yes, we can be better there, and they kind of stuck together. And I've said this before, I've had less players talk about playing time and touches this year than any other year, because I think this group has understood where we're at and what we're doing, and I think, again, it makes them a special group.
And in some way, was the bye week, I mean, I know you felt like you already had kind of, things with a good feeling about where you're headed, even though K-State didn't work out. Did the bye week provide anything in particular?
I don't know. It was, we had 2 pretty close together, and for whatever reason, we've played well out of both of those, which is a great sign. I think, the ones, getting ready, going out to BYU, the lateness of that game, the lateness of getting back. I was more concerned about how our week was going to be this week, because sometimes you have a win like that that's highly emotional as well. You can come out flat and do some things, but I really was impressed, and this group stayed hungry, and I expect it to be that way again next week. Well, again, it means, again, that we can play with people. I think it means about what this group, again, some of those things that we wish would have gone our way earlier in the year. What, I'm sure somebody in here is going to write about what could have been yet if things would have been. But we can't change that. It is what it is. But I keep going back to the resolve and the leadership of our upperclassmen, our seniors. The professionalism and work ethic of our coaching staff and support staff that stayed with it, and for us to be able to do this, and really, I don't know, to play 4 ranked teams in a row is not always very common either, and to have the challenge and really how this conference has turned its way out, that we end up playing one of the more difficult schedules in the Big 12 this year, and for us to play this well down the stretch, I'm really proud of.
Coach, you had 3 first-half drives that ended with field goals after getting inside the Colorado 10. What was the message to the half?
Yeah, we got to stop kicking field goals, and we got to start thinking about, and we talked about being more aggressive and going forward on maybe some 4th downs. But, I make that decision, and I was determined that we were going to at least keep a 2-score lead at certain times. I thought that was important. I think all those drives kind of stalled inside the 10, so we got to be better there. Obviously, it can be a focal point of some work, because you can't live that way and very long, and otherwise eventually that catches up to you.
Lance, a lot of teams they've held Colorado down like that. What did you see from the defense?
Again, I thought we rallied to the ball well. We tackled a lot better. A few of the explosive plays, other than Shadur's ability to scramble and avoid a rush, I thought all in all, I thought our tackling on the outside was pretty good most of the day, which is important, because they didn't throw the ball vertically down the field a ton. And a lot of it is taking what's given to them and then having people miss in space. And I thought we had a lot of people around the ball. I thought we played extremely hard, and again, neutralized the running game that when they did attempt to run. So we kind of kept them in good down and distance situations that were predictable.
Yeah, Lance, there was a moment at the end of the 3rd quarter where the entire team was jumping in a huddle. I guess, how were you guys able to kind of produce that level of energy and sustain it throughout the entire game?
Well, again, this group is excited about the opportunity. They're excited about playing here. They're excited about senior day, playing another ranked opponent. And like I said, this group has kept its confidence for the most part all year, and we started to flip that script a little bit. We talked about flipping the script on things and making plays and stops when we needed to. And I thought it was another key 4th down when Jalon Todd got the breakup. I think the other one, Cobee had a nice breakup as well on one of those series. When you're starting to see that, guys are starting to gain confidence, and that energy is contagious. I thought our young players who didn't play had great energy on the sidelines. They were excited about being there. I thought our fans were outstanding as well, and created a tough environment when needed.
You mentioned there with Jalon Todd, I think that's his first career start. Just what did you see from him playing against top offense?
Yeah, Jalon's a mature young man. He's got a fine career. We're excited. We've talked, as you guys know, that are around all the time about his development last spring when he was an early enrollee. He's got a fine future. We're excited about him, and he doesn't let the moment get too big for him. And I thought he played extremely well.
Time for one more, Katie.
Coach, obviously this is a special senior class to you. Just what did it mean to get them moved that big with on their senior day?
Well, I just thought because these guys have done so much, and this year has been what it is, and for them to have that type of experience today, and once again to see them on the field afterwards, to see the locker room the way it is, it's a great feeling. I'm happy for them. I appreciate all their efforts. I'm proud to be their head coach, and as we said, we got to keep working. We have to find a way to get a 6th win so we can hang out together a little bit longer.
All right, thanks everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, everyone. Cobee Bryant, please raise your hand if you have a question. We'll start with Henry.
Yeah, Cobee, that 3rd and goal play where you had the pass breakup to prevent the touchdown, what did you see on that and how are you able to get in there?
Oh, man, I just see the man open, so I just had to go make a play because our cover was in. I know I was the D-half player. I was, replacing the safety, so I seen the man. I was like, man, he better not throw this. And he threw it, and I got a breakup. I was like, okay. All right, now because in the game, they started testing me, I guess. So I had Coach was telling me, Coach Leipold was telling me on the sideline, big-time player, make big-time plays, and he kind of hugged me on the sideline, told me good play.
Cobee, what did you feel like coming off the field and knowing what you did today? Just the whole scene and the last 3 weeks to do what you guys been doing.
Great, man. The whole defense been locked in the last 3 weeks, hardly. We've been watching extra film with the linebackers, even corners, with the safeties. We all been coming together. Even the D-line, we've been watching a lot of film. We've been having good practices all throughout the whole week. So we kind of knew going to the game Saturday today, we were prepared for the competition, and results came.
And it was so hard early, but can you just express your excitement level now after doing what you've done the last few weeks?
Yeah, man. As you were saying, it was kind of hard, but Neal, our captain of defense, he always tell us on the sideline, man, stay together, because we got a good defense, man. Cornell always just say, just stay together as a team, don't separate, because everybody know how the season been going. Everybody, how other teams like to separate, but Neal always tell us to stay together, and that's the biggest thing on the whole defense side.
Cobee, you said pregame you guys are looking forward to this one. What's it like in the locker room after that when you have them looking forward and you do get it across the line?
Yeah, man, it was fun in the locker room, man. Just see the whole team just smiling, having fun, jumping around. It was fun, man. I'm kind of sad low key because I'm a senior and I won't be with this team next year, but I enjoy the time having fun with my team in the locker room tonight.
Cobee, along those same lines, you said Wednesday you've been circled this one,
Yeah.
looking forward to it. Can you talk about that
Yeah,
one-on-one
man.
challenge?
All respect to Travis, man. He a good player, man. I give him all respect. He a good football player, man. I hope y'all seen him on the field. We was kind of chatting back and forth, man. And we just complimenting each other on the field, just saying keep going and stuff. Yeah, he a great football player, man. And Prosper Shadur, too, he a great quarterback, too, also.
Was it the test you thought it would be?
Yeah, I kind of knew. Yeah. Because we play the game a lot, and you know how he start, you know how that goes. And on the field, we start going at it, muscling up each other. It was kind of crazy, but he was just telling me, keep going, man. You're a great football player. See each other at in the NFL.
And then early on, it was so obvious how much this game meant to you guys, your energy, your passion, your juice. But you sustained it all game. How did you guys do that?
Just staying focused. That's the main thing. Just staying focused, man. Don't get all the noise. Y'all know Colorado one of the biggest team in college football right now, and y'all know there's a lot of noise coming around. But like I was saying, just staying focused for real, for real.
Cobee, when you're going against a team like that any mistake you make can be punished.
Yeah, facts.
How hard is that to stay locked in?
Yeah, we can't make too many mistakes as defense. Also, and also the offensive side, we just can't make too many mistakes. Like Coach Leipold would tell us in the locker room, this is a great football team. They're gonna make plays when we make mistakes. So a great football team like Colorado, man, just gotta keep our gas on the brakes for real.
Cobee, what did you think of your teammate Devin Neal?
Oh yeah, I just see the numbers, man. It was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. He told me during the week. I said I'm gonna bring the Michael Myers, man, because y'all know Devin be posting Michael Myers on his story, and I forgot the mask in the locker room. And he said he asked me at the game, he was like, "What a mask is." I guess he was gonna start recording himself. But yeah, Devin, that's a great football player, man. I'm proud of Dev. He told me during the week, man, boy, how locked in he was, good texting. It was crazy, man. I'm proud of that man.
You guys held Colorado below with any Big 12 teams. Is that about right for you guys?
Yes, fact. Yeah, because they averaged like 400 or 500, something like that, a game. Yeah, that was the biggest thing. Coach DK was just telling us stop the passing because they really don't like to run a lot like that. But just main thing, just stopping the passing and stopping their good receivers and stuff like that.
Jalen Todd had a lot to do today as
Yeah.
a freshman. What do you think of his?
Yeah, I kind of was on Jalen Todd hard because when Jalen Todd first got here, I kind of knew Jalen Todd was gonna be good, but I don't like to tell him until he like developed. But during the game, he was kind of starting off slow, and I had to scream at him on the sideline and get off blocks because Jalen Todd, he's very strong. He's a strong little kid. And during the game, and then as the game was going on, he kind of progressed. And I told him, I said, man, you owe me that pick you dropped on red zone. You owe me that, and he kind of said, I'm sorry. I said, you gonna get it next time.
Cobee, it was like kind of a chippy game between both sides. Was there a little extra emphasis kind of going in? Obviously,
Yeah, it was a lot going on, man. It was a rivalry, like how K-State is like a rivalry with Colorado. We need to start paying them a lot though, like every year. That's like another rivalry to me and the team for real.
Anything else for Cobee? All right, thank you, everyone.
Good night, y'all.
Oh. How y'all doing?
Okay, sorry.
Good.
All right, everyone, with linebacker Cornell Wheeler. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Start with Matt.
Hey, Cornell, you missed a couple games, we know that, but
Yes, sir.
ever since you've been back, everyone on this defense that we talked to about how you guys have kind of stuck with it, they give you a ton of credit.
Yes, sir.
Your words, your play, all of that stuff. Is that what captainship is about for you, and has that been a priority since you returned?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to pick up where I left off at, missing those weeks, not being with them guys, but also just being a voice for them. So just being back and being on the field with them, they just give me all the confidence in the world. So I appreciate my guys, helping me get back to things and, making things normal.
You hear guys that, may play at that next level, Cobee, et cetera,
Yes,
say,
sir.
it's Nell. I mean, pride?
I appreciate that, and I appreciate them as well. They help me every day to just be better, just to motivate them to be the best guys that they can be. And I just want to do my job and, hopefully help them do their job as well. So, yes, sir.
Well, the game was a little chippy there, and
Yes, sir.
I think Cobee talked about it. Felt like it was a rivalry game for calling it a future rivalry. Do you agree with that assessment? Do you think it was a little chippy?
Most definitely. It was chippy at some times. That comes with the game, though. When dudes go hard every play, it's gonna be a time where you get the chippy. But definitely was a chippy game for sure. We held our own, and they held their own as well. So yes, sir.
What do you think of when you think of how it was chippy? What moments did you feel that the most?
Honestly, every play, to be honest with you. Every play, just making sure we do our job, get back to the line of scrimmage. You can keep talking, but, make sure it's just in between the lines, and make sure we got to line up. So, yes, sir.
Cornell, you held them to 42 rushing yards. I guess, how were you guys able to take away that particular element? And obviously, Shadur did pretty well times through the air, taking away the run game.
Yes, sir. Beginning of this week, we seen they wanted to run the ball. That was their main focus. So this week we just try to eliminate the run game. If we eliminate the run game, we can, start blitzing off the edge, start blitzing with the pass game. So that's definitely take out the run game is number one. Yes, sir.
What's it mean to have done these last 3 weeks to have these wins over ranked teams get stacked up at
Yes, sir.
this time of year after a tough season?
Yes, sir. Like I said, we didn't start the season the way we wanted, but it's just how you finish. So right now we're on a good roll. It shows that if we can do what we do, each week out we can show. So it just shows being great teams is not easy, but we just keep pushing every day to be better. So that's what we're just looking forward next week. We got a good opponent down in Texas, so we're just ready for next week now.
Does each one kind of fuel itself and fuel what comes next?
Oh, yes, sir.
Watching you guys run up the tunnel.
Yes, sir.
It's a totally different team than we've seen all season.
Yes,
after
sir.
that one and after last week and all that. I mean, what can you say about how that's building?
Definitely. Any win that you get off, you just want to feed off that. Definitely. And we're gonna take the mistakes that we made and just keep learning from that. That's our biggest thing right now. So today already happened. Now we're focused on Baylor. So I'm proud of the guys for today. I just want to let's get our rest, let's get our mind right, and let's prepare for next week.
Where is the mental side of all this? It's a lot to have your backs against the wall down
Yes, sir.
now.
Yes, sir.
But you've done 3 of 3.
Yes,
There's
sir.
one more to go. What is the mental
Yes, sir.
side of that? Staying there.
Just keep everything. Just keep the main thing. Let's not get too hard. Let's not get too far. Let's just do what we got to do right now. It's 1 week at a time, 1 moment at a time. So let's focus on the little things and we'll be good. Yes, sir.
Anything else for Cornell? All right, thanks,
I
everyone.
appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, back. We got running back Devin Neal, start in the middle.
Win. That's it, man. Yeah, I mean, we prepared the same way. I've said it a lot of times. It wasn't anything special to it. We watch film, we see what they do. We feel like we have a route to attack, and I think we did just that. We executed. Like I said, that's always important for us. It's, and sometimes in these, high intense games, you kind of have to just go back to your fundamentals, go back to your training, and just understand that, what you do doesn't matter. Or for them, sorry, like what they do doesn't matter. It's all about what we do. And so I think we did just that, and we went out there and had an attack, and we executed.
Cobee's talking about the Michael Myers thing on Instagram. What's that all about?
I think it's just, I don't know, it's like a separate mode of mine, And for me, honestly, on game days, I don't like to talk to anybody, so I kind of just go in my own corner and in my shell. But honestly, it's just one of those things where I just saw it, and I thought it was kind of funny at first, but then I was like, maybe that's just another mantra of mine. So I just used that, and me and Cobee kind of play around with it. I was going to walk in here with a Michael Myers mask, but they told me not to. He told me he was going to bring it, but then he forgot it. So maybe next time.
Real quick, so I tweeted out some stuff that's said by the coaching staff. How much is that passed around, and how much is that extra motivation when you hear someone discrediting what you guys have?
Yeah, I mean, it's just bulletin board material for us. I mean, a lot of talking before playing, and I don't believe in that. So, my credit was to him, was to JD, because we all know he's not a whatever you want to call him. He's a bigger guy, but he makes people miss. So I just think we play with an extra edge, honestly. Just in general, these last 3 weeks, we just have a different edge about us and a different motivation and fire under us. So I guess that kind of goes into it.
Devin, for you guys over this winter else kind of stretch, the mental side of that, is it taking a toll? Does it take a toll? Is it hard to keep yourself fresh and not get exhausted by that? I mean, you guys look great. You look like you're getting better. But
Yeah, sure.
How
I mean,
does that play into it?
any season's taxing. It's a physical game, and so that's why recovery is so important. And, I just think we focus so hard on that. We have a veteran group of guys that, you can kind of lean into that and still know that even if we do, obviously we want to make a mole game. So obviously, we get in that time, we can take a couple of days off and get back to it. And that's the type of leadership we have. So it is really important kind of take a couple off, just, save the legs and just get ready for another game. But overall, it is taxing, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, and I know you don't talk about yourself, like to do that, but we're going to ask you again to try. Tonight, man, last home game, all those carries, that kind of impact. I mean, I don't know if it's tomorrow or 10 years from now, but do you have a feel yet for what that will mean to you?
Yeah, I already do for sure. That's why it was kind of more special for me, I guess. Just because it is my last home game or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it was special all around. And, I honestly, Sebi was going to go in that last drive, and then Coach Wells was like, do you want it? And I'm like, sure, man, why not? Let's go out this type of way. So it was just special doing that front of crowd, that type of crowd. They really showed up, and that was really important for us, and we loved it for sure.
You don't care about numbers, but 37 carries going out, right? I mean,
I'm going to feel it tomorrow.
Devin, two things, if I might. One thing you referred just a moment ago to having maybe a different sort of edge these last few weeks. Can you expand on that and how that is and how you guys found that?
I just think it's a feeling almost, and I think eventually we were just tired of losing, and tired of losing the close ones. We knew what we had to do. It was just a matter of doing it. And so you've seen that these last 3 weeks especially. I think really after that K-State game, everyone just kind of came into the locker room. And, just looking around on that Sunday, I'm just like, okay, I see it now. Like, I see the glimmer in the eyes. And it's just a different feeling. And you just go out there just ready to go to war, ready to get back to it right now. And I just remember that Monday practice we had. And the way guys were moving around, even though it was a physical game, I was just like, okay, this is where we need to be. And so it definitely felt special for me, at least at that moment.
And just one other thing about the emotion on the field, both for yourself, but also as part of this team. Can you just explain what that feels like when you come off after a win like this, all you guys have been through, the way you played, just the broader feeling of what this means?
Yeah, I mean, it just feels great, honestly, just because we did what a lot of people thought wasn't possible. And that's kind of what our whole story has been about, and that's what you just tie it all in, from the beginning. And honestly, for us, though, the challenge is, kind of flushing almost these last 3 weeks because you can kind of easily get stuck in a trap. Well, Baylor's not a ranked team, but they're still a great team. And so we have to go back with the same mindset of that hunger because we still want to play with each other for as long as we can, and play in, late December or whenever it may be. So we got to kind of scratch it, get back because we did make mistakes and we understand that. And so we got to watch the film and get better.
It was a pretty chippy game. I think Cornell said everybody was chippy, and I think Cobee said it's like a new rivalry. Did you feel it was pretty chippy? And do you feel
Yeah, I mean, 100%, and it kind of went into early in the week. I just think, when you give out bulletin board material and you want to talk, that we talk with our pads. So that's just kind of the mindset we had is like, no, you're not going to come into our house and disrespect us. I felt that, and we had to rein it in a little bit because we didn't obviously want to get unnecessary penalties, but. For the most part, at the end of the day, that was still a great team we just faced, and super talented and super physical, and it was definitely chippy though, especially in the trenches.
I'm just wondering how much your phone's blowing up right now.
Yeah, I've kind of muted a lot just because I don't really. That's not what it's about for me. I want to celebrate with those guys with my family, especially on my last home game. So I know they're waiting on me. They're probably the ones blowing me up the most. But it's just special all around, and it's just looking back just on my career here and what we've been able to do. It means a lot to me for sure.
Yeah, you guys converted 11 third, fourth downs, offense was on field in 40 minutes. When a defense just cannot get off the field, what's that feel like as you keep pushing?
Yeah, I mean, that's what it takes, honestly. And, the defense obviously showed up and showed out as well. Because that's a great offense they had. And, kind of going into we knew we wanted to lean into our run game just to keep them off the field as well because we know they are dangerous and explosive. So I know it just got the defense really tired. You kind of seen us leaning on them in the second half. It's really important. I mean, obviously, not saying anything about getting 37 carries, but, just being able to just be downhill and do what we're supposed to do and, be physical in the trenches. It was really important and really good for us to see and just really honestly execute on.
Devin, over 50 career touchdowns, over 4,000 yards, multiple school records, multiple 1,000-yard seasons. Thankful on the statue for you. What legacy do you feel like you leave behind when you leave here today?
If a lot of people who know me just understand what the community means to me and what I've been able to, give back with, that's one of the cool things about NIL and all this other stuff is the amount of connections that I've been able to make and be able to give back in many different ways because that's what it means most to me, being able to give back to a community that gave me everything. So that's definitely what I want to be most known for, being a leader and being a guy who really takes care of his community and his team.
Brandon?
Then when you guys are there kneeling down the ball, you're showing the heart sign to the fans, clearly emotional. Just what was going through your mind in that moment, and both of those emotions you felt?
Yeah, I mean, it was just crazy because, I just remember my first snap being here, being a little baby out there, 190 pounds, and honestly not really ready to play. But, it's just there's so many people along this road that have helped me get to this position and, all the fans that showed up today and, they could have easily given up on us. There's a lot of people that did, honestly, write us off. But, I just felt all the love and all the support for the guys and, that we enjoy that. I mean, we're humans at the end of the day, and just to see all the smiles and all the camaraderie, that's why we play this game. And, that locker room feeling that we had, that's why we play. So it was special all around. It was a special moment for me. I'll never forget it, truthfully. Honestly, when I looked to my right, I found my mother immediately. So that was a cool moment for me. I was trying to hold it in. But, yeah, it was a really cool night for sure.
I know you're immersed, but did you hear them chanting your name?
Yeah, that was cool, too. It was definitely cool. It was all of it, just I feel like I've given a lot to this, this university in a lot of different ways. And so for them to be able to just support me one last time at home, it meant a lot to me for sure.
Being the hometown kid from Lawrence, you grew up following this team, for this team, and now contributing the way that you have 4 years ago, and now it's nice. That makes the moment any more sweeter.
Say that again. I didn't hear that last part. I'm sorry.
Does that make the moment any more sweeter now where you came from, the hometown kid?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just because, the people have always had my back, they're still supporting me, still sending me messages, and I get to play in front of them. Like I said before, there's been so many people that's supported me through a lot in this journey, and all I want to do is give back to them in any way I can. So it definitely makes it more special being from Lawrence and playing for my hometown school and just being able to do what we've done. Because, I just remember, when I did commit, how many people called me crazy and said I was wasting my career, but a lot of people are going to experience what I've been able to experience this time. Being able to literally get a dormant program out of the dirt, out of the mud, disrespected, to this position to sold-out crowds. I'm never going to forget that. And, I know you guys won't either, so it means a lot to me.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Devin.
Oh, wow.
All right, everyone. We have quarterback Jalon Daniels. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Sorry, your opinion.
Yeah, Jalen, you guys controlled the time of possession. You're out there for 40 minutes. What was it like to be able to, I guess, keep their offense off the field and be in control of that extent?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first of all, shout out to Big O, because without them, we wouldn't have been able to do a lot of the stuff we were able to do offensively today. And I mean, y'all just got done talking to the man with 37 carries. So, shout out to Big O and Devin Neal for being able to keep us on the field a lot.
Warren Sapp calling you a jitterbug. How motivating was that for you? And with 0 sacks, numbers speak for themselves. So.
I guess not bad for a jitterbug, huh?
Jim, just along those lines, kind of, just explain the feeling that it is to come out of here with this win, now these 3 straight or ranked teams, after what you guys have been through. What's your emotion about that? What's it say about you guys?
I think it just shows the resilience that this program has built. Being able to stand on the pillars within our program. I mean, one of our core values is, believe, and that's being able to have 1% belief, unwavering faith and belief in the process every single day. And I feel like chasing that 1% every single day is kind of what has kept us in the fight every single week. No matter the outcome of a game, win or lose, I feel like, we come in with a 0-0 fresh mentality every single week, and being able to carry that on week by week has, kept us in the fight every single week.
And after some of your own struggles early in the season, how satisfying is this to feel more on top of your game, I assume?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I feel like the biggest thing for me is being able to, help the team win games. And, if I'm making so many mistakes to where we're not winning games, I'm definitely going to be hard on myself more than anybody else is. So, the fact that, the tide has turned, we're finally on that winning side of the stick, it just makes me definitely happy.
Well, Jim, going back to the comments made about Warren Sapp, A, how'd you find out? And B, I know people process that stuff differently, so when you see that, how did you process that?
Yeah, I mean, Ben Easter's one of our quarterbacks in the quarterback room, he sent it to the quarterback group chat. And I actually had been scrolling on Twitter before he sent the message. So I seen he sent the message, and as I'm scrolling on Twitter, I'm looking at the tweet, and it popped up on my feed, and I look at Ben's message, and it's the exact same thing. And you just see the whole group chat laughing like a jitterbug. Okay. So, I mean, yeah.
JD, I wonder, there was a lot of talk early in the season when things weren't going well about, Lance should do this, the program should do this, the coaches should change here. I wonder how much pride you guys have in kind of backing up Coach Leipold, and he said the whole time, we're going to stick with it. We trust our process. We trust it.
Absolutely.
How much does that mean to you now? You still have one to go, I know.
Yeah.
But how much does that mean to you guys that you've been able to kind of have his back?
I mean, it means a lot. I mean, if you look at the trajectory of our program since he's gotten here, I mean, not everything has been glitz and glamour. I mean, we went 2-10 his first year here, and then, we got the chance to be able to go 9-4 last year. So, I mean, throughout that whole entire time, nothing has changed. We haven't switched about how we go about things. We haven't switched our principles, switched our core values that we stand on. And, like I said earlier, the outcome of something does not dictate how we continue to go about something. We're a process-driven program, and being process-driven allows us to be able to keep on going no matter the outcome of any situation.
Have you seen any evidence of maybe what that might mean to him, that you guys had his back like that?
Oh, I mean, I don't have an example right off the back, but yeah, I mean, you can see the smile on his face every day.
You were honored here on senior day. What went into that decision?
Wait, say it again.
You were honored here on senior day. What went into that decision to be part of that?
Yeah.
About what you want to do next.
Well, I mean, I graduate this semester. So, I mean, that's something that, I've always promised my mom to be able to, graduate college and make sure that I was the one to be able to take care of the expenses of college. And I feel like that's really all that went into it. I mean, this is a class that has been here since 2020. We got guys like Luke Grimm. I mean, Cornell Wheeler's a transfer, but he's my roommate and my best friend. So Quentin Skinner as well. I mean, there's a lot of guys who came in with that 2020 class, and I feel like being able to cherish that moment with them is something that really kept me into being able to do that.
Jalon, obviously, the comments and the game kind of being chippy overall. I think Cobee kind of called it a new rivalry. Would you kind of agree with that assessment?
You said a new rivalry?
Yeah, new.
I mean, if you look back in the day, Colorado and Kansas is, they've definitely had some beef over the years. So, I mean, being able to have a Colorado versus Kansas game once again, I mean, you could call it a new rivalry, but at the end of the day, I know that how Coach Leipold goes about things. It's it's another game to be able to play next week, and you got to be able to be blessed to be able to play it.
You already gave Devin a shout out, but let's go back there real quick.
Let's do it.
37 carries,
Mhm.
you're giving every one to him. That's a lot of a load for one guy to take, and I know you guys are way more than about one guy. But
Oh, yeah.
what does it say about him and his willingness to take that and he did this, give me the ball? What can you say about that part of what he's meant to this program and your team?
Yeah, I mean, everybody has seen it. We've gotten the chance to be able to see Devin Neal when he was at Lawrence High School, which is literally around the corner from Kansas. So, I mean, I just think it just shows how eager he is to be able to go out there and help the team win. He's somebody who wants to make the play. He's not selfish at all. So, he's not going to sit here and say, all right, I need the ball. But when the ball is given to him, he's going to go out there and make the play. He's going to try to do everything he can to be able to put his body on the line, put everything on the line to be able to help the team win. And we were able to see that tonight.
Do you ever, he gets yards that aren't blocked. He makes something out of nothing.
Absolutely.
You're watching that.
Oh, yeah. There was one play today. We had an inside zone, and there was a free tackle, and he made a miss in the backfield. I just had to go up to let Dev, like, dang. Yeah. Like, good play, bro. Like, there's nothing else you can say about that.
Do you get used to it? He does it so often.
Yeah, you don't get used to watching amazing highlights. If you ask Dev, when he's watching me play, he'd be like, bro, I got the best seat in the house. I literally have the best seat in the house to watch Devin Neal run, so.
Going back to coming with this senior group, what does it mean to you to be able to say that this is kind of the group that started the rebuild here at Kansas?
It means a lot. I just remember a lot of the conversations that 2020 class had about being able to help rebuild the program. You could look back at the 2020 season, we went 0-9. And the fact that, we're having these conversations right now, we're having this much attention on our program. A lot of the guys, one thing that they wanted to say was that they were able to leave a brick here. And I'm sure we're able to say that because there's a full new stadium being built in Lawrence, Kansas now. We're playing in the Chiefs Stadium right now, so.
Anything else for Jalon?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
What did you think of the crowd today?
Oh, come on now. Electric. They came out here and, they brought the energy. They did exactly what we needed them to do, especially in those critical situations when we needed them. Shout out to everybody who came out tonight because, it meant a lot to us as a program.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a great one.